So I went fishing the other day, and I'm gonna tell you, look at my hair. I went fishing the other day, and I'm gonna talk about one key thing that I always talk about doing, but I failed to do coming up. And I'm actually gonna get a towel because my boat is still wet, and I can feel it soaking through my pants. Just a second. All right, so welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Ryan. We're here with RHINOjoe Outdoors, and man, I'll tell you what, this late fall bite has been ridiculous. I went out trying to make a video, and in this video I have a special concept I am not going to share with you today because I'm probably going to do it later on, hopefully have a little bit of a better day. I went out fishing, I went to somewhere new. I've actually never been to this lake, so I went to BARREN River Lake in Kentucky. Yeah, went to BARREN River. But one thing I forgot to do was research. Boo! Yeah, I live in Kentucky, right? And a lot of the lakes around here are flood control lakes. So if you're not from around Kentucky or you don't know anything about these kind of lakes, their whole purpose is to do flood control. And so in the wintertime, they bring the water level down. So in the spring, when it rains, that lake can absorb some of those, you know, really high increases in water volume that come down the river, so they can absorb a bunch of water, so all the stuff below the dam, downriver, doesn't flood, and they can, you know, regulate how much water goes out the back of the dam in the spillway tailwater area. One of the local lakes here that I go to quite a bit just because it's so daggone convenient is Taylorsville Lake. That lake, they usually only drop about, you know, 7 feet or so. I'll try to flash up a picture of like the lake chart, and you can see this. I'll include this link here below, and you can probably find it in your neck of the woods also. And man, whenever I went out to BARREN River, that sucker was low, and I was able to find this chart of how much they've dropped it in the past month, and they have literally dropped that lake like 30 freaking feet in the past month. Am I saying that these fish probably could have been caught? Maybe. It was a cold, rainy day, and it was just nasty outside. But I still think you probably could have caught some if you maybe had the right technique, maybe live bait, I don't know. But I was out, you know, trying to do this fall bite, and I've actually got some of these, let me see if I can get that to focus here. Boom. So I actually got some of these. This is that Berkley Frits side. It's a flat-sided crankbait. You see there, very flat sides on it. Got like a really cool, well, get out here. It's got a really cool bill. It's got a really cool bill on it. And I was fishing this bait, and I felt like it was working good. I was working in some good areas. And the thing is, I was marking a lot of fish. I mean, you gotta think, this is, I think it's a 10,000 acre lake, and they drop it by 30 feet. I mean, when you look around, there was like tons of stuff that was not under, like the main river, you know, river or creek channel was only like 20 feet deep. Like there was like no water in this lake. It was crazy. It was kind of cool to look at from that perspective, but probably should have done my research before I went out there because I didn't catch a daggone thing. And I like traveled around, but honestly I was quite nervous just because of how low the water was. It was so daggone low, I was afraid to really get up on pad and really scoot around. Once I got out to the main part of the lake, I tried to use my mapping to stay in the main river channel, and I mean it still wasn't deep. It's not like it was, yeah, it was kind of scary. So I'll just tell you guys, if you're ever traveling and you're going to go fishing in the wintertime here in Kentucky, you might want to take a look at those charts and see how much they've dropped at your lake. It's not so bad at like a lake like Lake Cumberland, where that lake is super deep and has a lot of, you know, a lot of real estate to go down. But BARREN River is, from what I have seen, has a lot of good shallow cover in the summertime. But that's all I have for today. Not gonna take up too much of your time because I gotta get to work. I was out there for about 3 hours, and it really started raining, and I hadn't gotten even a daggone sniff from a fish, so I decided to take it onto the house. My boat's still wet. I need to clean her up here today and get her ready to go back out again. But as always, guys, hopefully you got something out of this video, and if you're ever fishing in this part of, like, you know, some of these lakes that are flood control lakes in the wintertime, you might want to take a look and see how much water's left in them, especially at a lake like Barren River, where it just seems like a lot of that water is just shallow water during the summer. But as always, guys, don't forget, get outside, do something awesome, and I promise the next time I go fishing, I'm gonna catch something. I have just had a tough time with this late fall bite, man. It's kicking my tail. I'll see you.